Welcome to the Working Hour with Mike and Shane. I am Mike. Across from me, it's my buddy Shane. Go ahead and Shane, say hello.
Hello.
As you know, we're covering H2O by Hall and Oates. Go ahead and tell us, Shane. We do a bonus track every episode, just a random track that one of the alternate hosts picks. So, Shane, go ahead and tell us what the bonus is.
This week we are going to be doing Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison.
Similar enough genre, I feel like.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah.
At
Kind of.
times, it's close enough.
Yeah.
There's some R&B vibes on H2O, I
That's
think.
fair.
Anyways, go ahead and get started on the album.
Let's do it.
H2O is the 11th studio album by American pop rock duo Daryl Hall and John Oates, released on my man's birthday, October 4th, 1982. My man here being Shane, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, that's him. It was released by RCA Records. Now, me and you both were kind of surprised that this was their 11th studio album
Hell yeah.
for 1982. It's kind of perceived as one of their most,
It's like, were y'all fucking
successful.
making music in 57 or what?
It makes you wonder. It's like, how many albums were we putting out here? And was it like an album every year?
Right.
That's a lot of work. The album is a title play on the chemical formula water, where water H is for Hall and O, oxygen, is for Oates. It's pretty cool. Features 3 U.S. top 10 singles, including Man Eater, the most successful single of their career, spending 4 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The genre is labeled as pop blue-eyed soul dance rock, which is something I never really heard of. I didn't really use either of those terms, although I did toss around rock here and there, and pop at times. The overall runtime here I have listed is just a little bit over 47 minutes, with 47 minutes, 8 seconds. The singles, like I said, Man Eater, One on One, Family Man, and Italian Girls. That is all I have on the origins of the album. Do you have anything?
I got nothing to add.
All right, well then we'll get started with track number 1, Man Eater, with a runtime of 4 minutes, 33 seconds. So going into this album, Man Eater wasn't really, it was on my radar. I've definitely heard of it before, but it wasn't one that I was, really high on going into. But I think we've talked about it before on the show, and me and you were talking about it just a little bit ago. I kind of analyze the music a little differently when we're doing the podcast. So this is one that really kind of grew on me, and it is really a good song. And like I said, it's one of the best received songs from Hall and Oates as Man Eater remained at the top spot 4 weeks. 4 weeks longer than any of the band's 5 other number 1 hits, including Kiss on My List, which remained at the top spot for 3 weeks, so 1 week less. I think this is such a solid song because the song kind of side with either a woman or a man. I can totally see a woman being like, yeah, I'm a man eater, and she's like, yeah, fuck these dudes, literally, and then I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna eat them up, just something like that. Because to me, I think of the song "Womanizer" by Britney Spears.
Yeah. I see it.
I could see a man taking pride in slinging some dick, and I don't think the tables are turned on either side. I think either sex could work with that. Also, Gold Digger by your guy, Kanye.
Yeah.
I think it could be similar. I just like that it could be kind of viewed from either way, really. Dissecting the track, though, it's really good. It's a solid track. Like I said, it did grow on me. Opens with a solid, vibrant bass line, some synth and saxophone, all before the lyrics at around 45 seconds. Daryl Hall's vocals really set the bar high here on track 1. And I mean, hindsight's 2020, so this album's been out for 44 years at this point. So we all know it. We're here talking about it. I don't think there's a whole lot that can be said that hasn't been said. But yeah, they just that she'll only come out at night, the lean and hungry type. It flows really well. Nothing is new. I've seen her here before. Watching and waiting. I like that. Watching and waiting.
Watching and waiting.
It's very almost dreamy. It's very hard for me to pinpoint a direct genre.
Yeah.
Of a lot of the songs on this album because they kind of really go all over the map. But it really kind of sets the tone, pointing out a person, the subject that we're listening to here from the narrator, Daryl Hall, just kind of talking about the monster that feeds on men. I also like the line, "I wouldn't if I were you. I know what she can do. She's deadly, man. She could really rip your world apart. Mind over matter.
Mind over matter.
Beauty is there, but the beast is in the heart." I really like that. The beauty is there, but the beast is in the heart. I think that's just solid writing. Um, and it leads into the chorus, which features backing vocals from Oates. The backing vocals from Oates is like a prominent theme throughout the album. We're going to touch on that a lot, I feel like. But just that, oh, here she comes.
Mhm.
Watch out, she'll show you up. It's just very catchy, very smooth. Overall, it's still not my favorite Hall and Oates track. Like it didn't grow on me. I gave it a pretty good high rating because I like the concept of the song, the fact that it can be either played out with either sex. Um, the writing doesn't really get too elaborate to me. Like it didn't really resonate to me. Um, but it's also like it's not really super negative about the woman in the track. I feel like this it's almost told from like me saying something to you back in the day, like, yeah, you
She's
don't
a
want to go
man
after her.
eater.
Like it's kind of a neat perspective that the song is written from. So I like it for that. It's an excellent opening track. And like I said, it's not my favorite, but I would never skip this if this came on. I gave it a 3.9.
Okay. So we got the drum machine and bass line open the song, followed not long after by a little bit of really like smooth like saxophone coming in, um, and like the synth, like it has this underlying darkness to it. Like I don't know, I really like that. 44 seconds, we get like a smack as the drums change up, and the song really gets going with Daryl Hall's vocals. Sure, like I'm out at night, a lean and hungry type. Nothing is new, I've seen her here before. The bass line and the clapping drums and the keys serving as the musical through lines, coming off like kind of pretty upbeat, honestly. Um, I like there is a bit of an echo to the vocals of, oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. The synth has this steady swell to it on the chorus. And then in the chorus, we get a little synth before some punctuated guitar leads us back into the verse. At 2:37, the synth rings out before the saxophone comes back in, and the synth kind of plays off it with some distorted vocalization um, in the background until 3:25. Um, there's a whoa as we get the final chorus and some soft backing vocals. Watch out, she's a man eater. From about the 4 minute mark, the song starts to quietly wind down. I mean, what is there really to be said for this song? This is the band's most popular song. It's cool, it's dark, it's moody, and sexual in nature. I mean, it's a classic track, and upon my first like proper listen to this album, this is the only song I really knew going in.
Really?
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah. So I gave this. I went a little higher on this. I gave this a 4.2 out of 5.
Okay. Respect. Yeah.
On to track number 2, we have Crime Pays. When it came time to take notes on this album, this song is where I started to worry just a little bit, as it opens very similar to the last one. There's like a clap, the drum beat, and the synth to open. The synth has a way of swelling up before fading out, almost like a car like passing you. The synth has this I don't know, has this like deepness to it. Almost sounds like a bass guitar almost. At 31 seconds, the vocals come in very soft before becoming louder and louder and more pronounced as they go. Uh, I know you know all the pros and cons. They help you get to everything you want. I particularly like the lines, "One crime baby, I can't forgive, the kind that hurts where I live." Oh, okay. I was like, dude, I feel like I'm having a stroke right now. It was on shuffle and I started playing guessing games. I'm like,
This is
okay, that's more like it. The shit's going right now. All right. Yeah, I particularly like the lines, "One crime baby, I can't forgive. That kind of hurts where I live." The synth swells up and the vocals, they swell up with the vocals to take us into the chorus. "You stole my heart and left me blue. It looks like crime pays for you." Then at 2:08, coming off the chorus, we get a little bit of synth with a whole lot going on. It's it's spatially dense. Like there is so much going on. Even more so when the vocals come in over it with like some twinkling keys as well. On the second half of the song, we also get some soft like backing vocals. Crime pays, crime pays. This repeats as Daryl Hall almost becomes more of like the backing vocals. Um, Stole my heart and left me blue. Looks like crime pays for you. The song also ends much like the last one did, kind of quieting down slowly and fading out. It's a solid track, but I guess it just got me just a little worried about the repetition, which it does kind of continue on the album. Like
Yeah, there's a lot of repetition.
yeah, but I mean, eh, who gives a shit? Huh? I gave it a 3.4 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought this one was like a little more 80s tastic sounding, especially I thought the synth was a lot more present in this track than track number 1. It also sounded like utilizing like an organ, a keyboard with like an organ sound to it, and also incorporating the saxophone again. This one was new to me completely, and it kind of surprised me. Um, Around a minute and 4 seconds, the use of the organ is like super prominent, and that's what really like kind of like set the bar for me on this one. It's kind of during the delivery of the "You stole my heart and left me blue." It looks like crime pays for you. You do it and get your way. It seems like crime. Crime pays. Crime pays. At 212, I believe it's like a synth noise. It takes over for about 30 seconds alongside Hall's vocals. It's a nice touch, just as the use of the female backing vocals from Sarah Allen, which I don't know if Sarah Smile is written about Sarah Allen because she's like mentioned on this
Okay.
album a lot as like a co-writer, uh, co-writer or just performer too, like backing vocals. I think it's a catchy enough song, both like musically and vocally. While it's not like great, um, I do get the gist of the track 100%, but none of the vocals like really hit me. Um, they also weren't like spelled out as they were in track number 1, Man Eater, where it's like clear cut and dry what we're talking about. But I think the crime pays is something that's more like you're not meant to overthink it. It's just kind of like a solid Hall and Oates track that's kind of exactly what I was hoping to find on a new track to me. It's nothing spectacular. I didn't go as low as you, but I gave this a 3.6. Again, it wasn't bad. It's catchy enough, but definitely a drop off from Maneater. But Maneater again comes out swinging.
Sure.
That will move us on to Art of Heartbreak, coming in at 3 minutes 43 seconds. Similar to track 2, this was another one that was new to me, and I kind of enjoyed this one. It's very bluesy on the intro, um, but it still has that like it still has a little bit of an 80s sound to it, but I feel like it's a little bluesy on the intro. The first 5 seconds reminds me of something similar to what we'd hear from the Black Keys,
Mm.
especially off of El Camino, even though that's way after. But just that intro with the bluesy sounding guitar, I kind of picked up on that. But that's literally just the first 5 seconds of the song, and then it's out the window from there.
Out the window.
The first verses of the track feature excellent writing. Try to ignore the twisted side. We kiss and we hiss at the same time. Don't you know some things just don't blow away? You've been this way before, but the cuts just seem to hurt me more. Could be the reason for the difference. And then it's just, I really like that line specifically. Uh, we kiss and we hiss at the same time. I think that's like, it spells it out a little bit better than track 2. Just the writing, you kind of know more what you're dealing with. And I think we kiss and we hiss is a very like elementary school line, but it gets the point across really well. Um, there's also a nice saxophone solo around a minute and 50 seconds, continuing for it's about 30 seconds. Um, I'm sorry, 20 seconds before Hall comes back in with the main repeated verse. I've been practicing the art of heartbreak, practicing the art of heartbreak, and that's repeated multiple times. The track also seems to have like a heavy sound of like a brass sounding synth at times, but the main catch is the iconic guitar riff that remains prominent throughout the song. It's a lot more rock and roll sounding with, that bluesy sound in there too, compared to the first 2 tracks, I think. And I kind of like the change up. It was welcomed. Um, it's still pretty close to sounding like the first 2 tracks, but different at the same time. Like you can definitely tell Hall and Oates, like they have Daryl Hall's vocals are well distinguished. Like it's hard to look past them. I feel like usually when we cover an album, you get a really good feel for someone's vocals, but Daryl Hall has a very unique, original sounding vocal work. Um, I like this one a lot. Not a whole lot. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's got me over the moon, but it's a good track. Like it's new to me. It's similar to track two. Nothing crazy. It's got some repetition on the ending, and it does repeat throughout the song quite a bit. But I enjoyed it. I gave this a 3.7.
Okay, pretty close on this one.
Okay.
So right away, the song makes itself a little distinct from like the last two, leaning a lot more into like a rock-oriented sound. The guitar and the drums hit immediately before this like ringing synth hits right before the vocals hit at 5 seconds in. I really like the vocal work on the opening verse. At first, coming off pretty soft, but with purpose, gradually picking up some steam, also being punctuated by some of the instrumentation. Kind of what you put before. Try to ignore the twisted side. We kiss and we hiss at the same time. Don't you know some things just don't blow away? You've been this way before, but the cuts just seem to hurt me more. It could be the reason for the difference. This takes us to the chorus. It's a pretty quick chorus. You've been practicing the art of heartbreak. Um, Bringing in some of the more like spacey synth and saxophone. Coming off the second chorus, we get a bridge that is very lively and punchy between the vocals, the drums, the guitar. What are we aiming at? There's no score in love. I bet $1,000,000 she knows, but won't let up on me. So I've just decided to stop. There's like a quick drum beat leads us into a solid little saxophone solo. At 2:30, the vocals are back, more softly delivered as the music has kind of taken over at this point. We also get some very low-key backing vocals. The odd heartbreak. Uh, this does bring us to the part of the song that is familiar to what came before. It's the slow like fade out to the song, which is kind of a reoccurring thing on the album. I gave this a 3.6 out of 5. This takes us on to track number 4, coming in at 4 minutes and 18 seconds, One on One, which is crazy because this is one of the singles off it, and I'd never heard of it. It's my introduction to this song. I can't remember ever having heard it before. This is much more on the lively, like almost ballad light tone.
Yeah, I'm glad you used that word because I was gonna throw it in ballad. I was gonna throw a ballad in later.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can see this being a ballad.
The previous song had a bit of a underlying bite, but not this one. This one is very soft. It's tender. Kind of reminded me of the song "Ha Ha Ha Ha." I know this much is true. It kind of reminds me of that just a little
I can
bit.
see it.
Similar vibes. Nothing. Opening up with some soft keys and bass guitar and a drum machine. There you go. Keep going. Don't stop. Vocals at 20 seconds. I like the song using sports metaphors for intimacy and seduction. I'm tired of playing on the team. It seems I don't get timeout anymore. What a change if we set the pace face to face. No one even trying to score. Oh. Uh, Timeout is what I'm here for. The music and vocals become especially, sorry, I had a cat on me. They become especially soft and pretty on the chorus. One on one, I wanna play that game tonight. It's just, I don't know, it's very sweet, sincere, and just, I don't know, it's an easy listen. I like the small break we get after the second chorus. That's all you need to know now. Followed up by some keys and sax before one quick line before we get into back into the chorus. Again, like getting more soft backing vocals. One on one on one on one. Like, just very good. At 3:35, I was kind of impressed by how high pitched the vocals got, pretty out of nowhere. Song closes much like you would come to expect. I appreciate the softer, more sincere tone of the song. I thought it made for a very easy listen, and it made my like songs like right off rip. I give it a 3.9 out of 5.
Okay, nice. Um, yeah, it was. This was released in January of 1983 as the second single from the album, and I think I'm in the same boat as you. I don't really know if I've ever heard this on the radio before. I definitely have heard it before. My dad did have like a Hall and Oates, like a greatest hits. I think it was a 2 disc maybe,
Sure.
so maybe that's where I heard it. But yeah, like you said, it's got great examples of sports metaphors throughout the song. It was actually very popular here. I read that it was used in several NBA commercials in the mid 1980s.
Okay.
One such commercial featured James Worthy from the Los Angeles Lakers performing a 360 spin move in slow motion during the song's saxophone solo, which is pretty cool. And I'm surprised you've seen Eight Crazy Nights, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised this wasn't in the movie. I feel like the movie kind of utilized a lot of like Adam Sandler's work,
Okay.
but I'm like I could see like because there was basketball like themes throughout the movie
Sure.
and like some intimacy with him and
The
the one
Jennifer.
character, yeah.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
That's a technical foul.
It's a technical fail. Aren't you a boy? No, he's got very nice boobs. Sorry, I wasn't expecting an Eight Crazy reference.
Right.
All right.
But do you see it though a little bit?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's a little stretch, but still
No, I can see it. Yeah.
nice. This is the first song that really doesn't incorporate like a bass line. It's not so like poppy 80s pop kind of. I don't know. And that's not the primary sound. It's kind of more like a soft piano sound that takes the primary role. There is a little bit of bass around like the 20-second mark when the vocals come in. The piano is electric, and I feel like it sounds more like an organ after that 20-second mark. The opening verse, I'm tired of playing on the team. It seems I don't get timeout anymore. What would change if we set the pace face to face? No one even trying to score. Oh. There's also some backing vocals towards the middle half of the song. The song has a nice sound. It doesn't really build, but it gets kind of deeper and deeper and more intense as it goes on. The sax solo, like I kind of talked about earlier with the 360 NBA commercial, starts around 2:08, and it's a nice solo, but I feel like it was kind of a little short. Like I feel like they could have let it go a little longer. And there's a lot of repetition of the "I want to play that game tonight." So I feel like it could have been done. Like they could have made that work. Overall, though, it's a solid song. I forgot that it was really good. Like I think we were even texting, and you were like, "One on one is pretty good." Um, but even with all that being said, I could easily put it similar enough to the first 3 tracks. Like it's not a huge separation for me. I gave this a little bit lower score. What did you give it again?
I gave it a 3.9.
Okay, so I'm just a little bit lower than you at a 3.7. And that will move us to track number 5. Open All Night. 4 minutes, 35 seconds. So I think this one is very heavy on the R&B, almost soulful in a way. Especially on that first 25 seconds, it's really rich. It's kind of broken up with like some percussion. And I do want to say they were using a drum kit, I want to say, for like the majority of the album.
Okay.
And then Hall's vocals take focus right after that 25-second mark. Song really floats around, though, before it stings hard, at least for me. Around the 53-second mark, comes in with the chorus. She was open all night while I was away. You were open all night. Don't ask me to tell you who told me. And then it kind of repeats the she was open all night while I was away. You were open all night. Don't ask me to tell you who said. It's got a really nice guitar solo after the 2-minute mark. The song really builds power and emotion as our narrator keeps going. This is Daryl Hall's vocal, or no, I'm sorry, Oates' vocals. That's what was throwing me off. I'm like, this is an Oates song, but his vocals are like really noticeable on this track, and I feel like it's a nice contrast. He's been on a lot of backing vocals throughout the album up to this point. I know that, but here he's like really got quite a bit of responsibility with what he's singing. Track is pretty well written too. It's an emotional song with like major acts of betrayal. It reminds me a little bit of the bonus you chose, the place where he inserted the blade. Yeah. Similar enough topics, I feel like. Different sounds, but similar messages and feels. It's almost like callback to Maneater in a way. I feel like a little bit of a stretch there, but overall, I like this one. I think it's a pretty solid. I enjoyed the mix-up, the R&B sound, but kind of going rock and roll more on the second half, and it still has that '80s stamp on it, but it really is like timeless with the message. Just someone not being faithful. Um, I think it's good musically and lyrically. I didn't give it a crazy high score though. I wasn't too knocked away with it. I do think the guitar solo on this is really good. One of the best ones we've got up into this point. Maybe the best one on the album. Now that I'm thinking about it, I only gave this a 3.6.
Okay. So the song opens with like a quick like 2 seconds of drumming, like kind of breaking down. Kind of reminds me a little bit of something off Breakfast in America, just a little bit. The song then brings in some guitar and pretty dramatic low keys as the synth rings out beneath it all. The song has like some real like dramatic grandeur to it in its music and vocals as well as they really echo out. She was open all night while I was away. You were open all night. Don't ask me to tell you who told me. The backing vocals, open all night.
That's it. Yeah.
I like the verse. Open all night. I like the verse. Got a lot of friends that I don't need. They say you'd rather hear it from me. Maybe I don't want to hear it at all. It's too far to fall, so don't say. And the backing vocals that lead us into the chorus. She was open all night. At 2:03, we get a big instrumental breakdown with some electric guitar shredding before the music softens, and we get what sounds almost kind of like some strings, just like a little bit, as the synth goes on and the backing vocals, and the vocals come back in for a very extended outro with a back and forth between the main and the backing vocals. The music fades out as the synth goes on and the backing vocals continue. Don't ask me to tell you. No, I don't want to tell you. The song has a little bit more of like a epic dramatic flair to its sound, making it distinct in that regard. While I do appreciate it, the song doesn't quite make my like songs. I give it a 3.4 out of 5. On to track number 6. We have Family Man coming in at 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Vocals come in right away. Uh, she had sulky smile. She took her standard pose and she presents herself with the synth and the drum machine. It comes off very 80s synth before the guitar like bursts onto the track about 15 seconds in as the vocals liven up. But he said, "Leave me alone. I'm a family man, and my bark is much worse than my bite." 30 seconds in, during a break in the lyrics, the music picks up and the guitar is like particularly scratchy and metallic. A minute in, the soft like backing vocals start to come in. Then the bass guitar becomes more prominent. At 1:43, the scratching metallic guitar comes back in, leading us into a guitar solo. The vocals come back on the music has like I don't know, it almost has like a chugging sound to it, as it sounds like it's building up. The song does get a little repetitive in the second half, revisiting the chorus multiple times in a row before getting to the chorus as the outro. I do like the finale of the song. The lyrics change up a little bit, coming off as a little bit more dire. Don't leave me alone, because I gotta go home. Leave me alone. I'm a family man, and I don't think I want you tonight. I don't have a ton else to add. Um, I would give this, and I feel like this is low. I should have went a little higher on this. I give it a 3.2, but I could go like 3.3 on this. Yeah.
I like Family Man. It is a cover,
Oh,
believe it or not.
okay.
It was a pop song written by Mike Oldfield, Tim Cross, Rick Fenn, Mike Fry, Morris Pert, and Maggie Riley. It became a hit song in 1982 with Mike Oldfield, with Maggie Riley as the vocalist. Daryl Hall and John Oates achieved success a year later with the cover of the version. The cover of that version. Their version of the song has some altered lyrics. So the line at the end of the track, where the man finally gets the nerve to take the woman up on her offer, but she is left and he kind of screams out in the chorus, which I thought was a nice touch. I didn't know this was a cover. I definitely heard this before. I was a little fuzzy with it. It's another one of those tracks where it's like I've definitely heard this before, but I have no clue the origin of where. I didn't listen to the original version. Don't really need to. I like this version. I gave it a
Sure.
way higher score than what you did. Um, the song starts off very 80s tastic. Hall and Oates, it's got that typical 80s tastic Hall and Oates sound to it. It doesn't take long for Hall's vocals to kind of take over and take our attention. 15 seconds, the song really pops off for me, more focusing on the vocals popping. The music intensifies as well, but it's very synth heavy. But it works. I got no complaints. I know this is a cover, but I still feel like the writing is really good, and I feel like it really works for Hall and Oates. Like I said, I didn't listen to the original, but I would not have ever guessed this was a cover. Like they pulled it off pretty well, I think. Um, Even coming off of like Open All Night, I feel like this works too. Like they kind of back up against each other pretty well. The vocal work is excellent. Hall really shines on this one with a loud. He kind of has like some louder screaming vocals, especially on that last verse where he kind of cries out for the woman. The use of the female backing vocals is nice on this track as well. I know this is a cover, but I liked it a lot. I give it a 3.7. So
Okay.
not way higher, but easily higher. Track number 7, we have Italian Girls. 3 minutes, 17 seconds. So this is one of only 2 tracks on the album written exclusively by John Oates. Not my favorite of the 2, but it's a fun, playful track. I texted you randomly like last week in just all caps, "Where are the Italian girls?"
Sure.
No one else in my phone would have been cool getting that text. They'd have been like, "What
I'm like,
is he
shit.
talking about?
I'm with it.
He's not talking about Hall and Oates." Um, but yeah, this it's very 80s tastic sounding, and it's missing that familiar bass line that we've kind of come to like get accustomed to, and it does sound a little different than some of the other tracks. This is very guitar heavy with like a nice drum beat behind it, light percussion though. The vocal changeup is nice too. It's definitely noticeable. Oates sings a lot of the backing vocals though, so I don't. It wasn't really like an eye raiser to me. I was already kind of familiar with the voice. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't do more. I honestly thought it was more like 50-50. Like some of the tracks, I was like, I think that's Oates, and it's like, no, that's Daryl Hall for sure. Once I actually researched it and fact checked it, um, the lyrics are fine though. There's not an abundance, but again, the song is kind of just like playful to me, and it kind of gets a pass in that regard. I did like the line, "I eat, I eat, I eat so much pasta basta. I'm so full and yet so lonely. Oh, but where? Tell me where. Oh, but where are the Italian girls?" Overall, yeah, it's not a bad track. It's not a great one either for me. I gave it a mediocre score. I gave it a 3.5.
Okay. So let's see here. Get this cat out the way. Gotta do my show. So Italian Girls. Song gets right into it right away, establishing its light, fun, and bouncy sound, like really fast drumming that leads into the guitar and the clapping of the drums as the synth rings faintly. This is also the first song off the album to like really have John Oates as the lead singer, and shit, I really like his vocal performance on this track. Uh, I see the greatest work of our Western civilization. Oh, but tell me oh, but where are the Italian girls? The chorus is also really infectious with the Fassi bella, cara mia. Won't you tell me, somebody tell me, where are the Italian girls? The lyrics are also kind of tongue in cheek with lines like, I drink too much vino rosso.
Yeah,
So, no more amorna or Ramon.
yeah, that's why I didn't put that line in
Oh.
there. I was like, I will butcher that.
Um, I eat so much pasta basta. I'm
Pasta
so
pasta.
full. And
You know
yet
what
so
pasta
long.
pasta is?
What was that?
I thought it was like an actual Italian dish. It's not. It's just a rhyme. That's what makes it so good.
Sure, fair
I googled.
enough.
I was like pasta pasta, and it did
It's-
not come up with nothing. I'm like,
yeah, that's
that's
pretty good.
original.
Um, The bridge gets a big like musical build up before coming back down to get to the third verse. The song ends with us circling back to the chorus repeating as the outro. This song has, I don't know, it was a nice change up on the album between its fun, lighthearted nature and John's like vocal contrast to what came before. Song is a fun little sleeper hit. I give it a 3.6 out of 5.
Okay.
On to track number 8. We have Guessing Games coming in at 3 minutes and 15 seconds. The synth and drum machine opens the song, and you can faintly hear like the bass in the background as the music starts to swell before popping at 16 seconds. When I met you, I should have been warned. Oh, I could see the change from day to day. The pre-chorus starts up, and it starts to build as the vocals become more pronounced. And the music rises up to kind of like meet the vocals. Strange moods, jealous anger, kind of passion that I can't explain. Use high strung, that's attraction. But your act is driving me away. The chorus hits and has some like pretty fun interplay between the vocals and the backing vocals. I don't wanna play those guessing games. I don't know, just it's
I
very
feel like you
pleasant.
would like this one. When I was listening to it, I was like, if I know Shane,
Yeah, we'll fuck with
he'll
this
probably
song.
vibe to this one.
Yeah. At 155, we get an instrumental breakdown, mainly guitars and drums, before switching to mainly drums and synth before the vocals come back in, repeating the chorus from the extended outro. Song made my like songs from like the first listen. This is a classic, catchy Hall and Oates song. It's a super easy listen. I give it a 4.1 out of 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, track 8, we bounce right back onto the Daryl Hall train. Um, it has that traditional, sound. Hall back at the helm on vocals. Oates back to backing vocals. It's very upbeat and happy. Not that any of the songs previously have been negative, but this one to me is like one of the more positive, upbeat feeling tracks.
Mm.
Um, I did, however, and I told you this, I thought the song honestly was Kissing Games for the longest time. I did not know it was Guessing Games. And I'm not mad, because if you sing it Kissing Games, it so works
Guessing
out. It just seems a little
games.
bit more like kindergarten or
Sure,
first grade
sure,
kind
sure.
of drama. Um, but they both work. Anyways, yeah, that opening verse, when I met you, I should have been warned, or I could see you change from day to day. But you keep me guessing, playing for fun. What do you do? Oh, what would you say? Again, it's so upbeat and positive. It's just like it's a feel good track to me. The chorus is solid. It's a solid meat of the song with quite a bit of repetition, but it's fun. Like I like the repetition on this one. I like that chorus because I don't want to play those guessing games. Don't want to play, or actually don't want to. And then please don't make me play them. No, guessing games. I don't want to play no
Guessing
games.
games.
Yeah, no, it's very catchy. I think it's pretty simple musically. It doesn't have that like heavy guitar solo. There's not really anything that really takes center stage and shines. This one I think is more like '80s pop though, but it's good. And when I think upbeat, I do kind of associate pop music with an upbeat vibe. It's a fine track. I'm not like crazy high on it, but still, it's not bad. I gave it a 3.6.
Okay.
That will move us to track number 9, Delayed Reaction. Just a little bit under 4 minutes. I have the track runtime at 3 minutes 59 seconds. So I think it's like a nice slow guitar. I kind of described it as like just pulsing, which leads us in. It's broken up with a little bit of percussion around 10 seconds. Then we get the opening riff, and then the lyrics delivered. You strike a low blow, you fight a dirty fight. The track remains like very smooth with the delivery of at first I was ashamed, and then I was inflamed. I wanted to hurt you. Say that delayed reaction. Oh no. At first I was alright, and then I had to fight. I wanted to hurt you. I wanted to hurt you. Um, at points I thought I heard like some synth effects on the vocals. Uh, this is one that really does have like that Hall and Oates stamp on it, but the genre is a little changed up. I think like it was really hard for me to put my finger on this one. I do think it's very 80s tastic. Um, I wouldn't say it's a hidden gem by no means, but I do like it. I do like it a lot. It's a catchy track that kind of stands on its own fine. I don't think it's anything crazy, but it's a fun enough track. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, honestly. The chorus and the backing vocals are kind of like the best thing it has going for itself. I don't think there's a whole lot um, more that I could think to say about it. I gave it a 3.6. It didn't really knock my socks off.
Okay.
Just kind of so.
So I got layered guitars gradually picking up pace as well as like what sounds like some like rushing wind that swells up before dropping at 13 seconds when the drums and guitars really hit. 33 seconds the vocals come in fast, wasting no time. Uh, you strike a low blow, you fight a dirty fight, right to the heart, you're putting me away. In the gaps of lyrics, the guitar hits these short little bursts. Once we get to the chorus, the backing vocals come in. Delayed reaction, oh yeah. At first I was ashamed, then I wasn't blamed.
I like that. Delivery is fucking nice.
Yeah. I wanted to hurt you. I like the quick little pause here, kind of adding a little bit of emphasis and punch. Uh, Say that delayed reaction, oh no. At first I was alright, and then I had to fight. The bridge gets really upbeat and has this very like high ringing synth. It almost kind of reminds me a little bit of something from like The Cure,
I could see it.
just a little.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar, but I could. Little I do know, I
Sure.
can connect those dots.
The chorus comes back on the outro. The backing vocals have an almost electronic distortion to them. Delayed reaction, oh no. On I don't know, it's not a bad track by any means, but I don't really see myself coming back to this one too often. I gave this a 3.3 out of 5.
Yeah.
So
Makes me feel better about my score.
there you go. On to track number 10, we have At Tension. It's like rapid, coming in at 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah, right?
You got a sleeping bag.
Rapid drums lead us into an opening that is equal parts like buzzing from the guitar and synths, really taking its time to get going as the vocals come in about 40 seconds in. This time delivered yet again by John Oates. I'd like to join the army. Don't want to join the war. I'd take my place in hell. Never go AWOL. His delivery, belting out the end of every other line. Kind of like, I take my place lying in hell. Like, but the pre-chorus has the synth like picking up as the effects heavy backing vocals come in. Two arms so hard before coming back on the chorus proper. I'm standing at attention. I'm standing at attention. The second verse has some very distinct plucky electric guitar work. From 316 to 355, we get an extended instrumental before the pre-chorus comes back, and the chorus repeats to close out the song. Standing at tension. It's like delivered a little bit like robotic, and I don't know, it just sounds kind of robotic. If you like listen to it, you probably know what I mean. With Oates vocals now kind of serving as the backing vocals. It's a solid track. At first, Oates doing the vocals was what had my attention. But I thought as it went along, the instrumentation really started to be the star of the song. And I thought the song was mixed like really well and had a solid pace for being a song that's, over 6 minutes long. I give this a 3.6 out of 5.
Okay, I'm just a little bit higher than you. Yeah, this, like you said, this is the second track written exclusively by John Oates, and I really like this one. This was definitely the better of the two on the album. It was also new to me, and then until doing the listens for the research of this. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It starts off very bluesy, dare I say R&B sounding, slower pace, and kind of really taking its time, adding some guitar around 25 seconds. Before Oates' vocals come in at 40 seconds, the opening verse, like Shane mentioned, I'd like to join the army, don't want to join the war. I'd like to take my place in hell, never go AWOL. We keep on marching forward, never will retreat. Don't let the enemy inside you. That's the beginning of defeat. I think it's a really nice line. And then it's followed up with the really good delivery, and it's like almost dreamy with the backing vocals. All good soldiers stand arm to arms, or all good soldiers stand to arms. All good soldiers try so hard to follow orders, never asking why. They're never asking why. And then it kind of slides into that powerful delivery of I'm sitting at tension, I'm standing at tension, and there's the use of the backing vocals there, which really to me gives it that R&B vibe to it because it's slow. It almost in a sense reminds me like this song is it feels like anti-war to me in a sense. It reminds me of like war. Uh, war.
Huh.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Say
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm gonna be singing that during the concert. Like, yeah,
Oh, really? You are?
yeah.
Yeah, I think I do remember you telling me.
Uh,
There's a Seinfeld episode about that. I don't know
nice.
if you've seen it, but
I haven't.
it's
Okay.
good. Jerry tricks Elaine.
All right.
But yeah, the use of backing vocals is super evident, and I really couldn't hear Daryl Hall in this one at all. I don't even know if he was, and I'm fine if he wasn't because I feel like John Oates like really did good on this one. Um, I like this a lot more, like I said, than his other track, Italian Girls. Well, I thought Italian Girls was fine. It wasn't as serious as this. I thought this was like a really good track, and this is where I would almost like toss the ballad word in there loosely. My only gripe though is there's like excuse me, some big gaps of instrumentals. It's not super long, but it definitely like just kind of fills spaces um, in between the verses. I still really like this track. One I would kind of consider a hidden gem, and I'm really glad I discovered it. I gave it a 3.8.
Okay.
And that will take us to our last track of the album, H2O. This is Go Solo. The runtime of 4 minutes 35 seconds. It's a very simple melody on the intro. It sounds very catchy. Hall's vocals coming around 22 seconds. You need to make it on your own. You want to shake it, do it alone. Whatever happened, I did all right by you. The track is definitely fine, but it really caught my attention around 104. Um, if that ain't enough for you, go solo. Who can take the lead, play a brand new part, go solo, solo. There's not a lot lyrically. It's more musically around that point. Like the guitar shifts and it's more of a keyboard sound. Later we get a pretty wild electric guitar, more of a it's more of an accent piece though. The guitar is where the piano is like oh, I'm sorry. The electric guitar is more of an accent piece, not really solid. That's what I was trying to say. It's just kind of sprinkled in there, but it is in there. It pops off a couple times. At 2:58, though, we get a nice guitar solo, and it flows back into the chorus with the vocals layering, and it's really excellent at that point. It's probably like I wasn't crazy about the song overall, but there's parts of the song where they do the vocal layering, and I'm like, this sounds really good. Like I almost wish we did more of that. And then we're on the last track of the album, and we're just now doing it. But I did really like it, especially with like I said, the keyboard riff and the layered vocals, very good. Um, my gripe is though kind of like I kind of wish Attention was the final track, but Go Solo is fine and it is kind of funny. It's like was this hindsight? Did they know they were going to split up because they are no longer together? So
Sure.
makes you wonder. Even like we were talking earlier, you brought up the point. And it's like I wonder if they were like he's
They on
dropping
the outs.
hints. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I would assume, like, yeah, there probably was at tension, and then you just have go solo.
Yeah.
It's like, makes me wonder.
Why don't you get the fuck
Anyways,
out?
I gave go solo not a crazy high score. I gave it a 3.7. I did like it.
Okay. Song opens with like a 1-2 beat from the keys and the drums, as well as a like a 1-2-3-4 beat from the synth to open up the track. The vocals from Daryl Hall come in about 20 seconds in. You need to make it on your own. You want to shake it, do it alone. On the pre-chorus, the vocals and the instrumentation get pretty punchy for some like rocking emphasis. The chorus gets a little synth heavy. The backing vocals come in. If that ain't enough for you, go solo. Who can take the lead, play a brand new part, go solo, solo. We also get a little bit of shredding guitar during the vocal breaks. At 2:37, the music pulls back gradually, building back up. Shake it up and take it. We then get a nice little bit of guitar before getting another chorus repeating to close out the song. This was an instance of the instrumentation kind of taking the spotlight once again. I thought there was a nice balance between the synth and the early 80s pop rock sound. I gave this a 3.4 out of 5. So, not bad. Almost makes my like, but not quite, but not bad. Not bad. There's nothing on this album that I'd be like, oh, yeah, sucks.
Yeah, this is an album that if I was going to buy a Hall and Oates album, this would probably be what I'd buy.
Yeah.
That's what the only knowledge I have is this album, but still, like, I would own a copy of this.
Yeah.
Because, like what you said, none of them are really bad. Some are better than others, for sure. But I think you'd have that with any good album.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was enjoyable. And what did I say? The runtime it's less than 50 minutes. I know that. I think I said 47 minutes, something like that. Not bad. Not bad.
It's lean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lean, mean, fat machine.
It's fucking good. So, yeah, even like at its worst, still good.
Yeah.
So, I would say like probably like 3 or 4 like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's
take
what
my
I'm talking
money.
about. So, yeah, overall, I thought this was a good album. I mean, it's got some absolute bangers, some all timers, and then some that I had never heard of before. That I'm like, yo, fuck, I really like
Pretty
this.
good.
So, yeah, it was a good pick. You ready for the bonus track?
Fun fact: John Oates related to Bart Oates, linebacker.
Nuh-uh.
No, what
I was
if
gonna
though?
say no fucking way. I'm like, no way, no way, no way.
It's like, I had him.
You
I
had
had you going for a second.
You had me for like half
I'm
a
like-
second. I was like,
You're over there like, oh, Mike would have told me that if that was the case. He would have dropped that.
I'm like, no, fuck
he
off.
He wouldn't have held on to that one.
Okay.
I had to squeeze a Bart Oates. You know what I'm
No,
really mad about?
Respect. What's that?
You need to go back and listen to our episode of The Strokes. I'm talking to the listeners, not so much you.
Sure.
I didn't get the chance to drop the line. I was hoping me and you. I was going to drop a line. I seen it on the internet. I was going to use it from someone else's Reddit post. I was hoping we'd have a track on the Strokes album that you would be really high on and I'd be low, and I'd be like, well, you know what they say? Different strokes for different folks.
Oh.
Yeah, I just wasted 30 seconds there time to say that. Go ahead. Take it away for the bonus track, Return to the Mac.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We got Return of the Mac.
Did you have anything else in there to throw in? Okay. I didn't want to step on your toes. I didn't.
You're stepping on them now. No, it's fine. The song takes a second or two before the beat drops. We hear what sounds like people kind of chatting at a party in the background. The beat being between a like drum beat, some keys, and what sounds like a little bit of a tisk. Then we get the intro. Whoa, oh yeah, oh yeah. I really like the interplay between the primary and backing vocals on the chorus. Return of the Mac, there it is. Return of the Mac, come on, return of the Mac. Oh my God, you know that I'll be back. Here I am. I like the return of the Mac once again. Like,
We should probably. I don't think we announced this is by Mark Morrison.
by Mark Morrison. Mark motherfucking Morrison.
Marky Mark.
So, Mark Morrison. Yeah, I also really like the line, letting all the people know that I'm back to run the show.
Yes, I like that
hell
one.
yeah.
Back to run the
The
show.
That's
The
just,
delivery on that is.
yeah. There's a lot of fun deliveries on this song.
Yeah.
So I don't think the music is like anything to really write home about. It's pretty consistent all the way through. But like vocally, lyrically, it's a pretty fun song. We also get an interlude. Bless you, bless you, bless you.
Thank you.
We get an interlude from Angie Brown. I don't know like which version you listen to, but it's where she's like, "Oh, Mark, stop lying
Yeah.
about your big kid." She's like, "Stop holding me down."
Yeah.
Like that whole thing.
Yeah, I was like, why's she moaning? What's...
Yeah, right? So, the version I was listening to on Spotify got cut a little short, and I was like, wait, where's the fucking rest? So I had to, like, look it back up, but... Anyway. Afterwards, the song, like, kind of closes out with the chorus repeating and slowly fading out. I don't have a ton to like really say about the song. I think it's just a really fun listen. It's a very chill
I agree.
90s hip hop R&B song, and shit, I got time for that. Um, I told you about this, but I remember listening to this after like a pretty good first date, after kind of being out of the dating game for a while.
Let's go back to run the show.
It's like Return of the Mac once again. You know
Return
what
of
I
the
mean?
Mac. Shane is back.
Yeah, it felt good. So I felt like the shit. The Mac had returned. Song also makes me think of the Frito Lay advertisement. Turn up the snacks, and it's him. It's from a couple years ago, but he's like going through. He's like, I'm turning up with Cheetos, and he's like throwing Cheetos to people. So
Hey, good on him.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, it's a.
That version's better than the original.
I agree. I'll play it afterwards. Anyway, really fun track. I found myself coming back to it relatively often. It's good. I don't go insanely high on it. I don't think the song's like the second coming, but I gave it a 3.7 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very smooth R&B, dare I say, like rap-esque track. Nice beat on the intro, very clubby, and I can totally see this being a '90s track. It made me think of San Andreas a little bit,
Yeah.
especially because like you could go to the dance clubs in San Andreas, and I could totally see this being played. And I like that the delivery on the verse, so I'm back up in the game, running things to keep my swing, letting all the people know that I'm back to run the show. Yeah. I also didn't know, but the song's beat is sampled from the song Genius of Love by American band Tom Tom Club.
Oh.
Games by Chucky Booker was also sampled, as well as fragments from UFO by ESG, Rocket in the Pocket by Cerrone,
Damn.
and Feel the Heartbeat by the Treacherous 3. So a lot of samples, which I don't know how all that worked.
Shit. Okay.
But I think the song is excellent, both with the chorus and pre-chorus. The chorus, Return of the Mac, and then we have the It Is, Return of the Mac, Hold On, Return of the Mac, Don't You Know, You Know That I'll Be Back, Here I Go, Return of the Mac, Oh Little Girl, Return of the Mac, Once My Pearl, Return of the Mac, Turn of the Mac, Up and Down, You Know I'll Be Back, Round and Round. And then the pre-chorus I like too, when there's like a little bit of female backing vocals. You lied to me because she said that she never turned on me. You lied to me. He's like, you lied to me. Yeah, it's very catchy. But you did. But you did.
But I don't know.
Yeah, yes. I like that. I also chuckle a little bit just on that line of, but I do. It's like, you do.
You do.
When anybody says that, I'm like, oh, you do.
Oh.
You do poo poo brain. Overall, I really like this one, and you talked about it a lot more in depth off mic last week, or probably 2 weeks ago, maybe. And anytime I would hear this song, I would probably always think of you, just having success on your first date.
All right. Yeah.
Back to run the show.
I'm back to run the show.
I gave it actually, same as you, I gave it a 3.7.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Okay. So on to not next week, but our next album
Next episode.
We are going to be covering the album by Nothing. The album is Tired of Tomorrow, released May 2016. So it'll be coming out just about in time for the fucking 10-year anniversary of the album, damn near. So, what about as far as like a Boney goes?
I don't really have anything picked out. I'm gonna scroll through here. We're actually gonna let's do Big Log by Robert Plant.
Okay. I am putting it to my like songs now. That way I don't forget it. By Robert Plant.
You've heard it before.
I'm sure I have.
It's in GTA 5.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I've definitely heard it then. Alright, hell yeah. Well, you got anything else to add?
I do not.
Okay, well, that being said, this has been the working hour. And until next time, do not work to. Yeah, I see that timer. What? Should I go ahead and wrap it up?
Wrap what up? The podcast?
Yeah. All I gotta do is stall for like another like 35 seconds, then we're good. What are you listening to?
You're good to what?
What are you listening to?
What do you think I'm listening to? Can you hear it?
Is it the log?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
It's because I'm deaf in my left ear. I can't hear shit.
Is
so
it the
probably
Big Log?
Big Log. Big Lou.
Oh,
Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too.
Now, what? Wait, what? What's that from?
Commercial.
Is that Eminem?
No, it's just from a commercial.
Okay, it sounds like an Eminem.
The enforcer looking for more women to torture.
Now wait, is that off the album that has fucking that female singer on there too? Where they did the collab?
Eminem?
No, Robert Plant. Sheryl Crow.
No. Yeah. No, it's Alison Krauss.
Alison Krauss. Sorry.
No, that's off Raising Sand.
Okay.
Which is
Anyways, we hit an hour. Go ahead. Let's wrap this shit up.
Well, hold on. We got cuts here and there. I mean, we're only 11 seconds over.
Yeah, better keep going.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't mind doing the Raising Sand.
My dad fucking got my mom that CD.
Yeah. My dad bought a copy of it. I actually have his copy.
They were fucking divorced, but he was like,
I want you to have this.
He's like, this is a good fucking album, all right? So I got to hear it from like both of them. Both of them were listening to that.
Their mom's like, no.
She's like, shit.
He's such a good guy.
All those years?
Too bad. Don't like him that much.
Yeah.
It'd be like that though.
Oh yeah. So,
all right.
We'll wrap it up.
Till next time.
Don't work too hard now.
Work less hard. More flaccid work.